Okay, talking about building a long-term strategy for advertising. One, I just want to pause for a second. Enjoy how far you've come. We as entrepreneurs have a bad habit of not doing this often enough. If you need to, go get some fun food or go do something fun because you've come a long way. One of the things that's interesting is in the first week here, and we'll talk about this later, you've done more than the average person does in the first 3 to 6 months of starting a company. It's just that amazing and powerful. Don't be afraid to celebrate that. Now, with that in mind, the last thing I want you to think about this week is, okay, long-term, how do we keep the leads rolling? Because we took advantage of warm outreach, but how are we gonna keep leads rolling in? This is a pit of despair that a lot of beginner entrepreneurs fall into because you've never advertised before. The idea of advertising is scary and you have no idea what it's gonna be like. You don't wanna touch that with a 10-foot pole and you're terrified of losing what little money you have. See, up until now, it's just been, do I have enough money to afford this bit of gear? Or this, and it's a guaranteed return on investment. At least that's what you perceive. But now, you, with tight funds, need to be able to scrounge up hundreds of dollars to risk with no guarantee of a return on investment. I want to tell you, it's okay. I was scared too. Advertising actually works, okay? And you're gonna be okay. If you need to, reach out to me. I have an advertising guy that will get in touch with you and will definitely help you out if needed. However, advertising does work. Once I finally got over my fear and I built a strategy and I spent some money for ads, there were times where I didn't really make a lot back. But once I kind of figured it out and once I got going, leads no longer seem to be an issue for me. I know they're out there. I know I can get them, and it's a great feeling. You have no idea how good it felt when I woke up one day and was like, I no longer feel like leads are an issue. I understand the fundamentals. I understand roughly how to get them, and I will keep getting leads as long as I'm in business. By the way, I'm no longer in the detailing business. The company has been transferred to someone else, and I still get calls almost every single day. Somehow people are finding my number somewhere and asking, can you detail? Can you ceramic coat? Can you do this interior? I have this problem. Could you? It works, okay? It works. Imagine having the issue of getting too many calls because you've already moved on and you don't need those calls anymore and you still keep getting them all day, every day. That's the issue that you have when you are courageous, build out these systems and get into advertising rather than the problem of having no leads, which is what comes as a result of fear. So, Layla Hermosi says, fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. The power in fear is in the fact that you don't want to take that first step. The second you take that first step and you realize, oh, it's a mile long, but it's only an inch deep, I can run a mile. It's a hot day. I'm going to get some nice water splashing up on me anyways. This is amazing. That's the moment that fear loses all of its power. It only has power so long as you never take that first step. So what I would say is just get in the habit of, okay, I'm going to take the first step and then I will assess the level of fear that I need to have in this situation. If you do that, you will end up way out competing everyone else. Okay, a couple things I want you to talk about. Take some of the money from your first jobs, roll it into advertising now, even if you still have leads coming in. Now, obviously prioritize getting those leads scheduled, getting them going as quickly as possible, but you want to start anticipating what's going to be needed next before you actually get there. Again, smooth momentum, okay? And we're anticipating the fact that warm outreach will dry up sooner or later. Let's get some advertising going. Roll it into some advertising. This is what I was talking about. Don't be afraid. Yes, you will lose money at some point, but at some point you'll also buy a piece of gear that'll break. That's losing money, okay? You got to get over it. It's okay. Advertising works. It just works. Get in contact with someone who knows what they're doing. If you don't, contact me. I can send you a guy. And look in the written text. I have a list of possible ways to advertise and a few that I would prefer over the others. But outside of that, just research, just test. Talk to people in your industry. Don't underestimate what can come from the other side of a conversation. And then make action happen. You have now completed week number 1. Time to move on to week number 2. You are doing absolutely phenomenal. I will see you there. Cheers.